Look, impact over income. I fly by in a Tesla. I'm grinding about to get one. Buy crypto with the extras. Peace. What up, y'all? How you feel? How you feel? It's Merch Life J. You already know. Motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe, aka Mr. Be the Book. I am Mr. Be the Book, man. I'm gonna show you how to turn your business into a book. I'm gonna show you how to turn your story into a book. I'm gonna show you how to write, publish, and sell your book today, man. So this is the I Am the Author free mini course. We got one person in here. If you're in here right now, say hello. Say hello in the chat. So I know I'm broadcasting via Restream. I can't see your name unless you say something. So yeah, I appreciate it if you would comment. Nigga, try and write your story and go tell them something. All right, bet. So that person left. What up, person? That was kind of weird for you to leave when I asked for your name, but get excited, man. It's all good. We about to get started though in about 5 minutes. So just bear with me, man. I'm gonna invite some people. I ain't finna be in here talking to myself now. No plan B, right? That's right. That's right, Rabbit. Yeah, man. So like I said, give it a few more minutes, y'all, and we're gonna get started. I'll see y'all in a second. Look, impact over income. I fly by in a Tesla. I'm grinding about to get one. Buy crypto with the extras. My Instagram on income. I go live and get checks up. They link up with the ebook. That bestseller, I'm next up. Tell the bank teller I'm next up. Tell my baby mom my check's up. I'm walking around with my chest up. Merch Life Records, put your best up. Nigga, check what? I am the author.org. Come and tap into the course. Let me take you on a tour. Publish your book and learn how to do more. I don't hold hands unless you got a problem and need an explanation. Well, of course, I'm a whole mechanism. She gotta resist him when he penetrates her heart. She gon' write a book, make $1 million off one title. Look, sell a lot of books. That's how you can be if you just tap in, take your time and look.
Don't judge a book by its cover, judge another brother. And I ain't out here up to nothing, but I'll publish mine. Don't judge a book by its cover, judge another brother. And I ain't out here up to nothing, but I'll publish mine. And I ain't out here up to nothing, but I'll publish something. A nigga try to write your story and go tell.
What up, y'all? How you feel? I'm back, man. You already know I am the author.
Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for entrepreneurs across the globe. Today we're talking about how to write your book, how to transform your business into a book, and we're talking about where to publish your book and why, man. How to price your book and how to sell your book. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, man. All right. So the first thing you want to do when it comes to writing your book. Now, I'm sure if you're viewing this video, I'm sure you're probably an aspiring author or someone that's already to the point where you have a book at least started, right? At least started. And if you don't, that's fine. No judgment. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just speaking to that because I don't want the people that are already writing to skip over this part. This part is important as well. So I wrote a book called I Am the Author. This book basically tells you how to materialize your book within your mind, right? Might as well just go ahead and show you guys. Since start talking about writing a book, I like to just give it a 30-second outline. And the 30 might not necessarily take you 30 seconds. It might take you longer than that. It might take you less time than that. It all depends on what your book is going to be about, how much substance you have in your book. Basically, the 30-second outline is like a spider graph, and that circle in the middle is what the subject is of your book. The main subject solution of transformation is, right? Whatever the person, I can't show you. I'm not gonna be able to show y'all. Sharing the screen and reading is really a book about dog breeding, right? You see this? Can y'all see this where it says dog breeding? All right, so it says dog breeding here. I would then draw the legs on this circle, like so. Wham, 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 right? Now I got legs on this circle. On these subjects, I'm gonna put something that leads to you knowing about dog breeding. What are some things that you would need to know if you want to become a professional dog breeder? You would need to know here, I'm gonna say that they breed. I'm gonna say different species that are, because if I'm if my theory is correct, I don't think all dogs can breed with all dogs. And then the last thing I would say you would need to know is what type of food do they eat? Because different dogs have different diets, right? I assume a Doberman would have a different diet than a pit bull, right? I just assume that. I'm not sure because I'm not a dog breeder. But for the sake of this class, you will put your subject here in the middle. You will put the legs on the outside. And this is basically elementary school stuff when it comes to your 30-second outline. So when it comes to writing your book, in order to organize your thoughts and get them on paper or get them somewhere that you can see them, I recommend a 30-second outline. So after you got your outline written down and you realize what's going to be a chapter and what's going to be a section and how you're going to lead to that transformation or to that solution, then you start to put the things together, right? Now, we in the age of technology. So writing out a book on paper is like super unnecessary. You don't have to do that anymore. You do not have to do that anymore. I refuse to do that anymore. And I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Where's the share screen button? Is there a share screen button? Okay. Oh. Yeah, share screen. Okay, cool. So share my scrizzle real quizzle. Allow. And then I'm gonna go to Google Chrome. So it says unable to share screen. That's so weird. Why is it acting like that today? All right, so anyway, there's no need to actually sit down and write your book down with paper, right? What you will do, or what I recommend that you do, is record a video just like we're doing now. Record a video of you reciting the book. It doesn't even have to be materialized in your mind yet. You can literally get on the video and freestyle your book. Why is that? Because after you do that, you're going to call Merch Life Publishing. Hold up. You're going to call Merch Life Publishing. You see, here it is. It's on this. Yep, there it is. That side. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask them to transcribe your book, your video into your book, right? So basically, we take the video, every word that was said in the video, and we turn it into a book, right? Instead of you sitting there writing for 3 days, and then somebody coming behind you and editing what you wrote, and then somebody else transferring what you wrote on paper to an electronic medium, and then publishing it, we'll just skip all of those steps, have you record a video of what you think your book is going to sound like coming out of your mind. We'll then transcribe it into words, or you can do this yourself. You can do this yourself. You don't have to hire us to do it. If you don't, if you choose to do it yourself, that's fine. You transcribe it into words, and then you edit the words, and then you have chapters sectioned off in your book, and that's how you get your book written. All right, that is the first step to putting your book together as an author. Get excited! I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You did it, man. So that's the first part, right? That's how to write your book. Now, transforming a business into a book is even easier. Why is it? Because I guarantee you, at any business, anywhere that someone can be hired, there's some literature on what you need to do after you're being hired, right? There's some type of training program, whether it be a series of videos, whether it be a multiple question test, or whether it be a verbal training. Like, there's always some type of training set up, right? Nobody gets hired for a job and they're just like, go do that. They give you an itinerary of what it is that you'll be required to do. So with that being said, you've already got the book written. If you have a business, your book is already written. You just got to organize it and put it into a book, right? How do you do that, though? Whatever value your business brings, whatever your transformation is, whatever the purpose of your business is. Say if you're a maintenance man, right? The purpose of your business is to make the person that lives in that home more comfortable living in that home. Oh, your heat is off? Let's fix that. Oh, your floor got a nail sticking out of it? Let's fix that. Oh, your faucet leaking? Let's fix that. Okay, your your water heater won't heat up hot water. Okay, let's fix that. So everything that you do has to do with making that person comfortable living there, right? How do you turn that into a book? Easy. I got a book from a maintenance guy right now. 5 ways to save money on your utility bills. Wham, that's a book. How many other books can I think of that have to do with maintenance? Well, let's run down the list. The hazards of grease fires and the difference between, different types of fires. That's a book right there. Another book would be how to spot an electrical fire before it happens. That's a book right there. What's the proper way to insulate your home? Like how to keep the cold out in the winter. There's several different books that you could write when it comes to being an expert at something, right? My main point that I always tell people, if you can talk about something for 5 minutes or more, you've already written a book. You have a book already. It's in your head. You just didn't put it on paper and attach an ISBN number and sell it. Get excited. But that's why we're here, man. I'm going to show you how. You already know. So how to transform your business into a book is very easy. All you do is take what you, because most of our businesses are operational off of the fact that our clients don't know how to do whatever it is that we do, right? And they might even know. They might just want to pay somebody else to do it. Like, I know how to do laundry, but would I rather pay somebody to fold my clothes? Yes. You see what I'm saying? So most of our businesses are operated off of either we're doing it because the person doesn't have the time or doesn't want to do it and they're paying us, or we're doing it because the person has no idea how to do it, right? So don't ever sleep on the knowledge that you have. Don't ever sleep on the knowledge that you have when it comes to writing your book. There is someone that does not know that. You might think it's common sense, but there's a lot of people that don't know it at all. I thought that everybody knew how to publish a book. I thought that everybody knew how to write a book. I was under the impression that creative writing was a common skill. And apparently it's not. I've made thousands of dollars off of helping people publish their books. I've published over 60 books. I didn't know that people needed this type of help. That's why I'm doing this type of stuff for free, because a candle doesn't lose its light from lighting another, man. So get excited. Y'all gonna be authors today, man. Turning your business into a book. I've turned this business itself, Merch Life Publishing, into 3 books. Ooh, 3 of them things. I've turned it into 3 books. You already know. And I'm the author. The book is the latest one. It's how to write your book, man. All right, so where to publish your book and why. Write this down. Please grab a pen and a paper. If you got a pen and a paper, if you got something to write this down with, put the number 1 in the chat so that I can continue. If you have a pen and paper, if you have something to write this down with, please type the number 1 in the comments so that I may move on with the next step. We're talking about where to publish your book and why. This is the juiciest part. I need a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments. Can I get a 1? Can I get a 1? Put a 1 in the comments if you are ready to write this down. This replay will not be available. Please put a 1 in the comments if I never changed the damn caption, did I? Put a 1 in the comments, man. Put a 1 in the comments. The number 1. Just the number 1. Yeah, just put a number 1 in the comments if you're ready to find out where to publish your book and why. Number 1. All you gotta do is put a number 1. All you gotta do is put a number 1. All you gotta do is put a number 1. I'm gonna give you 3 different places that you can publish your book and why you will publish them at any of those places. Just put a number 1 in the comments. Put a number 1. Somebody put a number 1. I don't see no number 1s, but I see people watching. Just put a number 1. I know you don't want to hear me sing all night. I know you don't. Just put a number 1 in the comments. Number 1. Just the number 1. Please put a number 1. I'm not saying until you put a number 1. I got all night. You can put a number 1. Just please put a number 1. Just put a number 1. All you got to do is hit the comment button, type the number 1, hit send, And I'll tell you 3 places where you can publish your book at and why. Get excited. So after we talk about publishing your book, we're talking about pricing your book. And then we're going to talk about my favorite part, how to sell your book. Okay, so I think that might be the number one. Oh, these are bots watching. Okay, cool. All right, understood, YouTube. So YouTube was like, yeah, we're just going to comment some random stuff to let him know these are bots. Yeah. What up, bots? How you feel? Get excited. All right, so where to publish your book and why? Get excited. Let me do the applause real quick. Where to publish your book and why? All right, bet. Where to publish your book and why, man. So it's 3 different places where I recommend you publish. Number 1 is my least favorite, but it's number 1. We're going to do number 3 as the best one, right? So we're doing it back and get excited. Number 1 is lulu.com. That's lulu.com. I'm going to put it in the Chizak, lulu.com. Now, if you go to lulu.com, you can publish your book hardback. You can make it a workbook. You can make it the one with the spiral spine. You can do a calendar. You can do a lot of different things on lulu.com. I recommend Lulu because it's easy, streamlined, and it's super duper user friendly. Like, you're really not going to need any type of further assistance. Like, if you can create a Facebook account, you can publish a book on Lulu. Get excited about that. Quick publishing tip. Always own your ISBN. If you can, purchase an ISBN before you go to publish your book on one of these platforms that I'm mentioning. So that's the first one, lulu.com. The second platform that I recommend people publish at is KDP. K like kids, D like dogs, P like puppies, KDP.com. And that's publishing through Amazon. Amazon is the biggest book distributor known to man ever. They've been that way since the 80s, and I think they're going to stay that way. I don't really see anybody, knocking Amazon out of the spot when it comes to books, right? Yeah, so KDP.com is where you go to publish your book. And again, this is just like creating a Facebook account. You're basically uploading the info. You're telling them, shout out to Q Minus, by the way. This part is for you, Q Minus. So when you go to KDP.com, you're going to hit create. You're going to create either a paperback, a hardback, or an ebook. Once you go to create the book, you're then going to upload the title. You're going to type in your title, your author, the contributors of the book, the description of the book, and basically the basic information that the book, with the name of it and things like that. The basic information, the same info that you would use to search for the book. Stuff like keywords. They're going to ask you for the keywords, right? Five words that describe the book search engine wise. So you're going to type all of that in. The second page is going to ask you for the inside of the book. So it's going to ask you for the manuscript. It's going to ask you for the front and back cover. And it's going to ask you, are you already in possession of an ISBN for this specific book? Now, in my experience, I've been told by several authors that it's best to get your own ISBN. I've purchased, so I got about 9 books published. Only 2 of those I have purchased the ISBN for the book before I published it. Nothing's going to happen to your book if you don't publish your ISBN first. You just won't be able to track sales. If you want to track your sales, especially on a massive level, then it's better to get your own ISBN. But if you use the Amazon one, the one they give you for free, it'll only track sales according to Amazon. So it'll only track sales that were like if you look up the history of your book sales, it'll only show you book sales that happened on Amazon. So like if you sold the book in person, that won't be counted. If your book was in a store and it was sold, that won't be counted. It'll only be counted as a sale if they're using that ISBN and it's through Amazon, right? Because Amazon is the one that's documenting, sending those numbers in, right? So that's that. The third place where you want to go to publish your book for almost free 99. Free 99, I said. Yes, right. Almost free. Ingramspark.com. Now, Ingramspark is the GOAT for two reasons, right? Remember when I told you that Amazon is the biggest book distributor on earth known to man? Ingramspark is actually the people that publish the books that come through Amazon, right? So if someone goes to KDP and they say, I want to publish a book via KDP, they're putting it on KDP's platform, but Ingramspark is still publishing it. The only difference between going directly to Ingramspark and uploading your book versus uploading your book on KDP is the sales opportunities. See, Ingramspark will put your book inside of Walmart, Target, Hallmark, places like that. It'll put your book in Barnes & Noble and all that, even though you could do that yourself too. It'll put your book in all of those places, and then it will cut you a royalty check every so often, every month or every 3 months, according to what those sales are inside of those stores, right? And of course, it comes with a thumb right up your head, because they're going to give you what they feel as though you deserve. They're not going to give you what your book actually made. They're going to give you your cut, right? They're going to give you your cut. So because of distribution, because of marketing, because of printing costs and things like that, you might be getting a royalty check, but it might be like, say you sold 1,000 books, it might be like $300. Say you sold 30 books, your check might be $3, you know? So it really all depends on which route you want to go. I would recommend Ingramspark though, because I would want my books in Walmart. I want my books in stores like that. I would recommend KDP because it's more independent. With KDP, you can order copies of the book, and you can do this with Lulu too. I'm not sure about Ingramspark, to be honest with you, but you can order copies of your book from Lulu or KDP, and you can sell them from your hand like I do. You know, you can sell. I've sold over 5,000 books hand to hand. I have sold maybe a fraction of that on Amazon itself, and I sold a nice amount of books on my website. But my point in saying all of that is that as an author, you're going to make way more book sales. Like as an author that pretty much is not super duper well known, you're going to make more book sales in person than anywhere else. Because a lot of people are just going to be in reverence when they meet you. Like sometimes I get cocky and I just ask people, hey, how many authors you met today? As I'm talking to them about my book. And they're like, none. I'm like, they're like, oh, I met one. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Ask me how much. You won't believe the price. So you just got to be vigilant in, making those decisions, because there's several different ways you can go, different routes you can go to publish your book. And that is three places where you can publish your book for free 99. Get excited. Ingramspark's not free, but get excited. How to price your book. Now we're moving on to how to price your book. Whatever genre your book is in, go search for books in that genre. If your book is an action thriller, sound like I'm talking about movies now. If your book is a fiction novel, right? Go look at books that are fiction novels and compare prices. I normally charge about $19.99 for each of my books, right? Except The Science of Winning. The Science of Winning is so special that it deserves to be $100. It's a $100 book. That's how much it is. It is what it is. If you don't want it, enjoy your day. No hard feelings, bro. Get excited. But that book itself is $100. I wouldn't recommend you charge $100 for your book without being known for what your book is in, right? I mean, for being known for what's in your book, right? Nobody's gonna really pay a really high price unless they've seen some type of social proof, unless they've seen somebody read the book and say, like, unless you have reviews saying like, yo, this works, this did this for me, oh my God, it changed my life, hallelujah, blah blah blah. If you got people saying that about your book, yeah, charge whatever you want. But if you're just starting, just beginning, and you want people to get noticed about your book, anywhere between $9.99 and $19.99 is an average book price. That's a good book price. I charge about $11.99 for my children's books, and I charge $29.99 for self-help books, but I charge $19.99 for like for all the other books, for everything else. So that's how you price your book, man. Compare it to the prices of books that are in your genre, so you know what type of price your readers are normally pay or are used to paying, right? All right, bet. Moving along. How to sell your book. This is really my favorite part. Selling anything is my favorite part. Get excited. So, how to sell your book. Let's talk about selling your book in person first. Selling your book in person is very easy. You don't sell it at all. You put it in someone's hand, and you basically tell them why it's beneficial for them to read the book. Don't say nothing about them buying a book. Don't even tell them the price of the book until they ask you what the price is. But you really just want to give value, right? So even going online every day and doing live meetings and talking about an excerpt from my book is giving value on the book, right? I'm letting you know what's inside of it and how you could use it and how what I wrote in the book will actually affect your life, will actually, make things easier for you or solve whatever problem it is that you have. So I'm basically just giving them the solution or giving them what my book does without giving them what's in the book, if you know what I mean. So like Santa Claus doesn't say, I got a PS5 for you. He just says, I got presents, right? He tells you, pretty much what he's about to do. He just doesn't tell you like everything, if you get what I'm saying, right? You don't know what's in the boxes, but you know the boxes are coming. So when you're presenting your book to a person, you can let them read an excerpt, let them read whatever they want to read, but also let them know this is this joint ain't free. And you have to read, relax, and relate. So use the triple R's. As an author, when you're selling your book, read, relax, and relate, man. Because you might run into somebody that, like, say if I'm trying to sell you the science of winning, right? The science of winning is how you sell things. Like it's a playbook on how to collect cash from strangers, right? So if you're talking to me about my book, and one of the things that I happen to hear you say is you wanted to be an author too. Okay, this book is not for you now. If you're one of those people that are like an aspiring author, I'm not trying to sell you a book on how to sell stuff anymore. Now I'm trying to sell you the book on how to be an author. What? Why wouldn't I? Right? So you have to read, relax, and relate. And this is why I have several different books about several different things. I even have children's books, because if I'm talking to you about this book and I don't hear anything that sounds like a buying sign, but I see your kid right there, you know what? Let's switch the subject. Here you go. Wham. I got one for him too. Like there's, you got to attack it at all angles like a chessboard so the king doesn't have anywhere to go. If you want to win, just attack the win at all angles so it has nowhere to go. Get excited. But I digress. Selling your book online. How to sell your book online. We just talked about, whoever just came in, get excited. I appreciate you being here. We just talked about how to sell your book in person. Now we're talking about how to sell it online. All right, so selling your book online is infinitely easier than selling it in person, right? Because selling it online, they're gonna go off of proof. Selling it in person, they just got to go off of what you're saying right now in this moment. Get excited. So again, just like selling it in person, you're not selling it at all. You're just giving people value, giving people what they're going to get out of your book. You're just giving them like what is going to change their mindset or whatever their problem is. How are you going to solve their problem? By them reading this book. I'm going to give them that book that's going to solve my problem. And sometimes what I like to do is, man, sometimes I crack that thing right open and I read it right on video while I'm on the internet. Or I use examples of current events. Like one of my examples of a current event is, I don't know if you remember, but a while back they had what was called the crate challenge. And on the crate challenge, you stand on some damn milk crates and you walk up a pyramid of milk crates until you get to the top. And then if you make it to the other side, you win like a Hood Olympics prize or some shit. I don't know. It's a gold medal. You get out the 25-cent machine. No, I'm kidding. 25-cent machine. I'm kidding. But
I remember someone was doing the challenge and the guy had a book in his hand. The guy, not only did he have a book in his hand, but he completed the challenge. Now, in the beginning, when people first started doing this, it was very rare to complete the challenge. You ain't see too many people making it to the other side of that pyramid and not busting their ears or falling and breaking their back while wearing the milk crates, right? So Young Boy made it to the other side. I was excited. I was like, oh, Young Boy made it. And I noticed he had a book in his hand. So I created a post with that same video, and I stepped into the green screen and I said, yeah, something about how reading just makes you better at stuff or whatever it was. But using current events, because at that time, the crate challenge was like super popping. Everybody was doing it, and everybody and their mom was, and you just wasn't cool. If you didn't do the crate challenge, you just a nerd, It was like that. So since everybody's talking about the crate challenge, let me put my book in your face by using the crate challenge. You already watching the crate challenge. Watch this crate challenge and then get this commercial about this book at the end. You already know. So you got to use current events when it comes to the internet. To sell your book, you want to relate to the person that you want to read your book. If I am writing a book for entrepreneurs or how to be a better entrepreneur, this book right here, The Science of Winning, is for entrepreneurs primarily. It's really for everyone, but it's primarily for entrepreneurs. So when somebody says they want to do for self or suffer the consequences, I'm gonna attack those pain points. Are you tired of being broke? Are you tired of going to work and coming home to just having enough money to come home? Things like that, right? I'm gonna ask questions like, are you trying to fire your boss? I'm gonna ask questions like, what's the easiest way to hide something from a black person? Put it in a book. I'm going to say things like that to get your pain points so that you can really feel, because people purchase off of emotion, right? So that you can feel the need to buy the book rather than, hey, 40, what's up? What you doing, man? Trying to give me a hug? Oh, I love you so much. Give me hugs. Oh, daddy, baby. Why are you down here, though? You're not supposed to be down here right now, right? Go ahead, go upstairs and play with Lana, okay? Love you. Yeah, so you want to hit their pain points in order to sell them something on the internet. You want to make people feel the need to purchase rather than just want it. You know what I'm saying? You want them to feel like it's a need rather than they just want it. Like, yeah, this book gonna elevate your life. Yeah, you gonna sell a lot of stuff. Yeah, you might, have a mindset change. But like, what does that mean to someone that hasn't experienced a mindset change? What does that mean to someone that doesn't even desire to sell anything? Like, I just go to work every day, bro. What are you talking about? What does that mean to someone that doesn't desire to elevate their life? How do you sell them something? You show them the results of elevation. You show them what elevation looks like. You move how the person that read your book is supposed to be moving. That's how you do that, man. And if you selling like a fiction novel or, something that's not a self-help book, there are ways to make someone impulsive about that too. For example, my children's books, they have nothing to do with self-development of an adult. They have nothing to do with improving yourself as an adult. But the pain points that I can hit is, you tired of your kids not sharing, ain't you? Well, this book, I Had It First, explains why sharing is important. Come get your copy today. I know your kids love to read. That's a commercial right there. I'm actually going to chop this video up and use that as a commercial for the book called I Had It First. See how easy that was to create content around selling your book online? And don't ever just come out and say, go buy my book. That's the number one way to not get a sale. Get excited about that, man. So again, man, if you want to sell your book in person, you're going to have to exhibit the value. If you want to sell your book online, you're going to have to, one, exhibit the value and then attack those pain points. And I ain't going to lie, sometimes I do this in the physical pitches as well. I attack pain points. I let people know, like, yo, I know you're not trying to be at Popeyes this year too. It's 2022, bro. Come on, man. You get off your ass and get this book right here. I'm telling you. This is how I made such and such amount on Willing Ave in September. It's one of my favorite lines. I made 7,500 on Willing Ave in September, and if I keep telling people that, somebody's gonna be inspired to go make their own 7,500, right? Just be yourself, man, and try to put you into the life of how you sell your book, man. Don't ever be me. Don't ever try to be someone else. You can't be nobody else. Everybody else is taken. Just be you. People respect that genuine you. They really do. And this is why they want to support who? Not your book. They want to support you, the author. Get excited, man. I'm Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe. This is the I Am the Author mini course. I hope this helped you. I hope that I answered a question that you had, but you weren't able to ask because you weren't here for the live version. If you do have any questions, if you have any concerns, you can always put it in the comments. I'll be looking at this video over and over again. I love to critique myself. So I'll be here in the comments when you ask a question to answer those questions, man. And it's all free 99, man. But if you would like to join the I Am the Author group, go to imtheauthor.org right now and sign up, man. Get excited. I'm Merch Life J. Peace. See y'all next time, man. Subscribe to Merch Life Publishing on YouTube as well. You already know.